Finally, after a long time, I found enough information about the behind the scenes that we will discuss today in our weekly behind the scenes review. How's it going? It's been a while. Welcome to Cracklex. I'm very happy to be back with another exciting addition to our weekly behind the scenes series. We took a bit of a break as the news about the Transformers Rise of the Beasts movie has been pretty dry. We didn't want to release episodes that didn't warrant a full release, but that's definitely not the case this week. We want to warn all those fans who intend to go into the movie without any spoilers. Consider this an official spoiler warning. So let's get to the behind the scenes. And so let's start with the fact that recently MPC, who doesn't know what MPC is? Its moving picture company is the VFX and animation studio that created Transformers Rise of the Beasts and many other games, and it also provided an exclusive look at some of the concept art their team created for the movie. Character development on the latest Transformers movie began with concept art created by the production art department, with MPC working on some designs later on. Lagrange and a team of 6 artists worked on concepts for the volcano environment, Unicron's design details, Arcee's face design, Optimus Prime's weapon, and various holograms, including Arcee's scanning hologram. For Arcee's face, the filmmakers had a basic design that needed more refinement and personality. They asked for details and cut lines on her face to be picked up so that she would look more animated, as well as give her a more attractive and feminine look. The MPC team developed a new proprietary tool that allowed animators to slice, split, and transform model geometry in any given frame on any resource. The success of the transformations was a collaborative effort between several departments, including R&D, animation mechanic TDs, and CG lighters. The press release goes into more detail about the complex and elaborate visual effects work that MPC and the production team did on Transformers Rise of the Beasts. MPC's environment team had many large-scale expansions to create full computer graphics and digital sets, from jungles to mountainous areas to built-up cities. One of the largest was to change the look of modern New York City to 1994. It was really interesting to see how much Manhattan has changed in the last 30 years. They created a huge computer model of Manhattan based on images from photos and videos collected in the early 90s. They had some incredible shots of the skyline that were given to them by New Yorkers. Some of these images are from their family's personal photo collection. Ultimately, MPC did all of the work in the film, including the creation of 18 characters, with the exception of the final battle sequence, which was done by Weta, who did, however, utilize MPC's character assets. It's an impressive collection of industrial design and almost cubist imagery that adds to MPC's incredible pedigree, which this year alone already includes Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, The Little Mermaid, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. It's another banner year for the company, and one can only hope they return for the sequel Transformers Rise of the Beasts. In the year since they first rolled out on screen, the heroes and villains of the Transformers franchise have captivated generations of fans, and perhaps none more so than the animal-themed robots of Beast Wars, Transformers, and now Transformers. Rise of the Beasts will be both rebooting the Transformers story and paying tribute to the beloved animated series. It's no secret that the new movie is a sequel to Bumblebee and will introduce a number of new characters in this part. We already know that the movie was based on Transformers Beast Wars, and based on that we have new characters, and not everyone understands who is responsible for what. Who are the Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons? First introduced in the late 90s cartoon series Beast Wars, Transformers, the Maximals, and the Predacons are the next stages in the evolution of Cybertronians, taking after the Autobots and the Decepticons respectively. Unlike the Autobots and the Decepticons, Maximals and Predacons transform into animals and birds instead of vehicles. In the continuity of Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, the two groups have been on Earth for a long time, and we're guessing there are some time travel shenanigans involved. The Terrorcons, the main villains of the movie, are usually depicted as a faction within the Decepticons. In the movie, they appear to be an independent group that hunts Autobots and Maximals. Peter Cullen voices Optimus Prime, the iconic leader of the Autobots, who transforms into a 1987 Freightliner FLA semi-truck.
Peter Cullen.
Let them come.
Unlike the usual portrayal of Optimus as a stoic figure who is the ultimate Marty Stew, this version of the heroic leader is very new to Earth and is still in the process of becoming the Autobot we know and love. Bumblebee is an Autobot scout who was sent to Earth in the previous movie. He transforms into a yellow and black 1970s classic Chevrolet Camaro. Dylan O'Brien voiced the character in Bumblebee. Pete Davidson voices Mirage, who is an Autobot whose alternate mode is a silver-blue Porsche.
Yeah, Pete Davidson.
That was fun, man.
Mirage has been described as fast, flashy, and the rebel of the group. He is the Autobot who forms the strongest connection to the humans of the story. Liza Koshy plays Arcee, a female Autobot who is a fierce warrior and loyal soldier. She transforms into a red-white Ducati 916 motorcycle and was voiced by Grey Griffin in Bumblebee. Ron Perlman voices Optimus Primal, the leader of the Maximals.
Ron Perlman.
He's found us.
In the Beast Wars stories, Primal is the spiritual successor to Optimus Prime. He transforms into a gorilla. David Sobolov voices Renox, a Maximal who is both the muscle and the brains of the outfit. He transforms into a rhinoceros and basically just wants to ram everything with his horn. Michelle Yeoh voices Erazor, a female Maximal who is the heart of the group,
As well as Michelle Yeoh.
I am a Maximal, a warrior from both your past and future.
described as being very nurturing unless you cross her. She transforms into a peregrine falcon. Peter Dinklage voices Scourge, the leader of the Terrorcons and a trophy hunter.
Peter Dinklage.
You can't fight the inevitable.
He's the primary antagonist of the movie and transforms into a black Kenworth GF logging truck. Michaela J. Rodriguez voices Nightbird, a female Terrorcon and Scourge's right hand. She transforms into a Nissan Skyline GT RR33. Battletrap is another Terrorcon. He transforms into an orange General Motors C4000 500 topic tow truck. He is also voiced by David Sobolov. When and where was Rise of the Beasts filmed? Principal photography on Transformers. Rise of the Beasts kicked off on June 7, 2021 in Los Angeles. The movie has also been filmed at locations around the world including Machu Picchu, Montreal, and Brooklyn. Director Stephen Caple Jr. announced the end of filming on October 20, 2021 with a post on his Instagram page. No Transformers movie would be complete without a fleet of fantastic cars changing shape and performing gravity-defying stunts. The vehicles in Transformers, Rise of the Beasts include familiar favorites as well as a convoy of amazing new cars. You'll see Bumblebee as a Camaro and Optimus Prime as a Freightliner truck, of course, but we had a long debate about Mirage, our new Autobot character. He probably has the most screen time of any robot in the movie, and I think he'll be very popular with fans, says Varadian. Although the filmmakers originally envisioned Mirage as a Ferrari and later considered making him a Lamborghini, in the end they decided that a Porsche 911 was the perfect choice. We've had almost every other car imaginable, but never a Porsche, notes Varadian. And when you see this particular Porsche convert to its robot form, it's going to be very special. With its rounded curves and beautiful design, it's going to make Mirage really stand out. Caple reveals another reason why a Porsche was chosen for Mirage. It's actually an homage to Michael Bay's Bad Boys, he says. That movie was my first real introduction to Porsche, and when I saw it, I was like, damn, Will Smith is driving a really cool car, so I thought it would be fun to pay homage in that way. Oscar-nominated VFX supervisor Gary Brozenich, who is known for such films as Maleficent, Lord of Evil, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, was responsible for visual effects on Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, and like Maple, he was also a newcomer to the series. Brozenich says one of the things that sets Transformers, Rise of the Beasts apart from the previous films is that Caple treated the robots more like actors than computer-generated figures. Steven is definitely an actor's director, so when we talked about the robots, we always talked about them as if they were human beings with a whole range of emotions. There are far more scenes of dialogue with the robots in this movie than there were in any other movie. The information I'm about to tell you about was published recently, and I'm adding it while editing the video. So what is this news? As Transformers is gearing up for a crossover with the G.I. Joe, the Rise of Cobra franchise, their joint movie has received an official update on a release date. Transformers, Rise of the Beasts from Paramount Pictures laid the groundwork for the first live-action crossover between the two Hasbro toy franchises. Many viewers reacted favorably to the studio's plans, making it more likely that Paramount Pictures will continue to work on developing the universe. Since Rise of the Beasts introduced G.I. Joe, the Rise of Cobra, that almost certainly means we'll see a crossover in Transformers 8. Since production on the new movie has yet to begin, we likely won't see Transformers 8 until 2025.